So guys, we just got a decent one. We're gonna release this guy. So I'm off great. We're fishing at Lake Balboa. I think my like 10th cast maybe. Let's go catch some more. So guys, I'm gonna try to do a live bait versus artificial fishing challenge. And I caught the first fish on the lure, so the lure is working. And I caught the biggest fish on the lure, so because when you're usually using worms at Lake Balboa, you only catch small ones and occasionally a big one. But with the lure, I caught a big one, a decent one. So I'm just using this 1/4 of an ounce weight with a hook right here with a piece of worm. This is like, I like using this one, but you can also use like a hook on a bobber and also like a drop shot, but with a live worm, and that works good too. But I don't know, I just wanted to use this. And occasionally you're gonna get a lot of bites if you're using this from small fish. And if you're using the bobber technique with like a bobber and a weight, you can also put like a big bobber right there, a weight, and then a hook. And I don't like putting in like those rod holders because you're gonna get a lot of bites, and when you get those bites, you want to hook set it. And but right now I'm putting it in a rod holder with this bell because I'm using the lures right now. So we're gonna see which one wins, the lures or the live bait. So guys, we just caught one on the worms. A little bit bleeding. So it's basically tied 1-to-1, kind of. The channel catfish was caught on the worms, so kind of like 1-to-1. And I was getting a lot of bites on the worms. They were probably little tiny fish, and I didn't want to waste my time on them. And like, I waited to get a good bite. I got a few good bites, and I hooked this one, and it was a channel catfish. And Lake Balboa's closing early, so we might leave right now. So guys, we're just leaving right now. And the worms we were using were the ones that we got from Bob's Sand Tackle. They're 30 count. We got a lot of bites. I bet we could have caught a lot, like small ones if we tried. And I kind of recommend, like for beginners who are using this, to use like one on a bobber and worms. And little tiny hooks, because there's a lot of like tiny bass that eat that. And I got a lot of bites. Most of them were tiny bass, and I got like a few big ones. Let's see. I don't recommend you putting the whole thing on. Well, you can, and you probably will catch fish, but I'd like using half of it. And I couldn't take a video of a crawdad that I caught, like a giant crawfish, because I found this floating, so then I snagged it with my lure. And I knew there had to be like if I saw the line and I knew there was gonna be a crawfish, so I got the line and I reeled it in super fast, and I got the crawfish. Then I put it in the net, and then I was gonna show you guys, but we opened the net and then it wasn't there anymore, and there was no holes. It might have just, swam out when we weren't looking. And the lure that I was using to catch the first one was this Ned rig. I was using that. I didn't have any much luck on it, and that was what I used to catch this Guggen Squad. I think it's called a flat banger, the big one. And this is the live versus artificial challenge. So it was kind of like a tie. I got a lot more bites on the worms though, so maybe the worms, and it's more easy for beginners to start with them. And I also caught the crawdad on the net. Nah, never mind. Doesn't count. So the worms win, I guess, if you want to put it like that. And it's an easy way for beginners to start fishing. There's a bass that jumped right there. And the people at Balboa are making us leave right now. I don't know why. Like, it's pretty early. And so I was using the Ned rig and some worms on the Carolina rig, but I recommend for you like beginners to put it on bobber. You'll catch more of the tiny fish, and you see when you get bites. So we're gonna leave, guys.